Good morning, good Monday morning. It is showtime in Vegas. Showtime in Vegas. Good Monday morning. Are we live?
Yes, sir.
And I'm singing to the crowd.
Yeah.
Singing. It's Monday. Good morning. Hey, good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm your host, BKP. BKP, the unofficial advisor of DJT. That would be BKP, unofficially advises DJT. Donald J. Trump. That's right, that's me. I hope you had a great weekend. It's a little cool out there. What do they call it? Some frost on the pumpkin. So it's been a little cool out there. But yesterday was a beautiful afternoon. Couldn't wait to get here today. I know, Monday. Yes, let me explain. It is Pickens Dragons Day tonight. Pickens Dragon over Ridgeland Panthers Friday night, 35-34. The extra point kick that hit the upright hurt around all of North Georgia that missed. 35-34 Pickens Dragon, and we're just giving them their props this morning, Pickens Dragons. You know, Tank, for those of you that understand what I'm talking about, Tank, the former head coach of the Gilmer Bobcats, looked a little chubby Friday night, but I didn't tell him. I wasn't about to tell him. Hey, Coach, it looked like you packed on a few pounds. A little chubby Friday night, but I know he went home unhappy. That was a long drive all the way back to Ridgeland for Coach Wesley Tankersley and the boys. Okay, I'm your host, BKP. What is going on? This is the only place that will have the nerve to tell you. We'll talk about things no one else. You won't find this information anywhere else. Now, this is one of those, where do you start? The information overload is out there. Where do you start? So we will start with polling. I'm your host, BKP. Yes, another thing. I am going to make an announcement because I feel that I'll never be able to hear the end of it. If I don't, I'm going to support the Cubs in the World Series. Yes, I have to. I'm good. I don't remember the last time I've gone against the American League since Boston Red Sox. I usually go against the Boston Red Sox at any time. But usually I'm an American League guy. I'm not a real National League fan. Bada bing, bada boom. But I'm going to go with the Cubs. I am picking the Cubs. I'm going all 7. I think this is going to go all 7. They need the ratings. It's going to go all 7. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to go with the Cubs. And I wish all my Cub fan friends out there well this week. Polling. Will they tell you that the latest polls this morning that came out, not even an hour ago, not even 30 minutes ago, will you hear more about the poll that came out yesterday, the ABC News tracking poll, where Clinton has a 12-point lead? Just something wrong with that. Captain, there's something wrong with that. We've got to look into this. Will you hear more about the Trump versus Clinton with Johnson? It's the 4-way race. And Clinton with a 12-point lead. Will you hear more about that today? That it's over. Yes, it's over. Call it a day. Sorry, Donald, it had to end this way. Just don't know what to think out there, do you? Anyhow, yes, it's over. Will you hear that? Or will you hear LA Times USC tracking poll 30 minutes ago, Clinton up by one, okay. General election, Trump versus Clinton, IBD, TIPP tracking, 42-42 virtual tie in a 2-way race. In a 4-way race, they still have it a tie. Will you hear about those polls as of 30 minutes ago? Or will you hear, it's over, call it a day. Donald, I'm sorry it had to end this way. But MSNBC, I don't have any more. I'll write the second verse later. Okay. Anyhow, polling. We had a lot to go through. I've got 19 tabs opened here this morning. I do not know if I will be able to find what I'm looking for. Can you find what you're looking for? That is the big question. That is the question of the morning. Can I find what I'm looking for? Hang tight because I want to find it. Let's see. Just hang in there with me, folks. This is going to be good information all day long. You just can't beat the information we're about to bring you. Where's it at? Oh, Podesta. You know that little Podesta, he likes to email. Oh, he likes to email everywhere. He is an email little guy. That little guy, I don't know how he gets anything done throughout the day, the amount of emails he sends out. New Podesta email exposes Dem playbook for rigging polls through oversampling. That just couldn't be possible. It could not be possible that in Florida, that Podesta and the crew, it just could not be possible that Podesta and the crew, the DNC, Robbie Mook and all the boys and girls over there at the Hillary campaign said, don't poll too many old people. Those old people might like Trump. Don't poll them. Earlier this morning, this was on October 23rd, earlier this morning we wrote about the obvious sampling bias in the latest ABC Washington Post poll, hell you say, that showed a 12-point national average for Hillary, like many of the recent polls from Reuters, ABC, and the Washington Post. This latest poll included a 9-point sampling bias towards registered Democrats. Methodology, the ABC News poll was conducted by landline and cellular telephone. I can go into detail, but it has been exposed through the emails by Podesta, which you can look those up yourself, that the sampling is tainted. Well, you know, how can we start our day knowing that? Will they talk about the polls where Donald Trump's on the back? I mean, if you like to go play the ponies, folks. I mean, if you like to be there at the OTB around 2 in the afternoon waiting for Santa Anita to take off so you can put a sawbuck on Captain Nemo and box it, this is it. You've been waiting for this. It's tied. They're coming down the backstretch. 15 days. I might need another spark. 15 days, folks. What is the Hillary Clinton campaign theme song? AC/DC, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. We found out. I mean, they paid people to start these rallies and fights. The poor lady, the cops that were hit, the poor lady that there was eggs thrown at her. She was trying to get in the door at one of those rallies wearing a Trump shirt. They threw eggs. They assaulted this woman. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC, specially written for the Clinton campaign theme song. Now, I want to know, Trump keeps going around saying it's rigged, broken, and corrupt, and he will drain the swamp. Now, it's real simple. It's real simple. There are so many things I want to go after this morning, okay? First of all, it's real simple. You're at a choice, a time to choose. Is it rigged? Is it broken? Is it corrupt? Because if it is, now first of all, I think any logical thinking American out there, anyone in your right mind, if you even have close to a clue, I mean, if you were actually opened your eyes and took a breath this morning, you have to know it's corrupt. You have to. Who are you if you don't know it's corrupt out there? Who are you? Who's on that list that does not know? Because we got to get word to them. If you exist today, you know. So what I want to know is, where is Hillary Clinton's end corruption plan? She should seriously be on the campaign trail saying, you know what? It's corrupt. It's corrupt. No, pretend like it never happened campaign. That is the Clinton campaign. Pretend like it never happened. You didn't see nothing. I don't care. It never happened. Let's go first and say Donald Trump has business with Russia and Putin. Let's come out with everything we have done and say they did it. And pretend like it didn't happen. Podesta had business interest in Russia. Business interest. We have it in the emails. No, let's say Trump did it. Okay, so now the corruption. All right? Where is Hillary Clinton's corruption plan? Now, Donald Trump comes out and he says, right? What's he say? There's a whole lot of things Saturday. Why? Look, it doesn't matter. We can't get to everything today, but it doesn't matter. They're going to keep trotting out these little, these ladies of the night. The lady's a porn star. The latest is a porn star, not a Sunday school teacher. I mean, it's not like she was leaving Sunday school class and Donald Trump said, hey, she's a porn star. So the lady's a porn star, right? Interesting enough, you know, we have learned through this campaign that Trump is a capitalist pig. I mean, just flat out, he is a capitalist pig. I mean, and let's say you could actually make money off Trump. So let's say his name out there is so big, if you launched a store, you had an online store, let's just go with this today, and you're saying, okay, what's our marketing plan? Here's the marketing plan. We'll launch the store with all the little, you know, sex toys and all the little DVDs and all the nasty stuff that I do and that I want to sell, okay, I wish they'd do a poll of how many of the people that purchase from those stores are Democrats, Republicans, whatever. I wish they'd do another poll. No poll intended, all right? Anyhow, so, okay, I'm getting ready to launch my store, okay? And I want to sell DVDs in the whole 9 yards, my nasty little stuff that I got. Let's see how best to reach an audience. How best to reach to get free marketing, free advertising. How best? I know. I'll say Donald Trump. There you go. Donald Trump. And I'll call Gloria. Gloria, could you come over here? I know you were a delegate to the, I know you've endorsed Hillary Clinton. I know you're a delegate. I know all the above. But I tell you what, I can make some real coin here. If I say Donald Trump, you sit next to me, we get all the cameras going. I say Donald Trump gave me an indecent proposal, and just think how, I wonder what sales were the day she launched the store after that. I wonder what the sales were on that. I mean, you know, heck, I think Donald should sue for a percentage of sales off that website for using him. So he says he's going to sue these people. All right? Look. We all know the day after the election, it's called the day after, okay? The Democrats, they will invoke the day after pill. And it's called the day after pill for the Democrats to you ladies is we don't know who the hell you are. We don't need you. We don't want you. We used you. So the day after the election, there will not be a Democrat, no, a one. You will not remember a single name that has come out to say Donald Trump did something of 11, 12, 14, 16, I don't know how many, all right? And Trump says he'll sue them. Because let me tell you something, ladies. Ladies of the night, wherever you're from, okay? The day after the election, if Donald Trump sues you, there'll be no Democrats to help pay your legal bills. So you better start your legal defense fund now. Okay, that's just it. All right. Now, is Trump serious? Is he a serious candidate? Now, I have asked that for a year now. Is Donald Trump a serious candidate? Okay. And I'm going to explain why he hasn't, I don't think he has named his cabinet. I said that Donald Trump needed to come out and say what he would do on day one. What would he do on day one? Okay? What would he do? Now, if you are seriously feel that it's corrupt, that there's corruption at every level. We could not even go into the level of corruption. We have a wife of an FBI, top guy in the FBI. It's running for something in Virginia. Terry McAuliffe, bada bing, bada boom, good friend with the Clintons, old Clinton campaign manager or something like that, or involved with the Clintons. We find out that this lady gets almost $700,000 for her campaign. I mean, we don't have but 2 hours a day, and you cannot fit Democrat, Washington, D.C., Republican corruption. You can't fit any of this corruption in this basket in 2 hours. That's why Wednesday we're going to 3 hours, so I'll announce that later. Anyhow, what is Donald Trump serious? Is he serious about what he will do? Are these just campaign stump speeches? Are these things he just really thinks he might do? Does he think the system's rigged? Does he think, now we'll get into the AT&T Time Warner merger that he said he would knock down in a minute, okay, if president, okay. But is he a serious candidate? The answer is Trump's anti-corruption to-do list. Now listen to this. This is an anti-corruption to-do list. Is Trump really against corruption? Constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. Wow. The halls of Congress, you could have heard a pin drop, right? Saturday afternoon. What did he just say? What did he just say? You mean I cannot make this a career? If Trump becomes president of the United States, I cannot make this a career? Do you mean if I come into Congress and I got $200,000 when I come into Congress, I can't stay 36 years and leave with like 19, 20 million? I can't do that? Are you saying Trump could actually bring the government back to the people? There's an interesting thought. Do you think Trump could actually do what the founding fathers intended? You know what? Have a career, have a job, take off, go to Washington, represent your district, you are the representative of that area. You get done, you come home, go back to work. Could this be possible? Constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. Hiring freeze on federal employees to reduce the workforce through attrition. Hiring freeze. Well, I'll tell you what, he has put a hiring freeze in place and term limits. Well, this guy started to make me nervous. Requirement to eliminate 2 federal regulations for every new one. You want to make a new federal regulation, you got to bring me 2 you want to get rid of. There's a thought. 5-year ban on White House and congressional offices becoming lobbyists. All right, I draw the line there. I draw the line there. That is just absurd. That you can't expect us, sir, to live off our salary. You can't expect us to come to Washington, D.C., not get jobs as lobbyists. That's the only reason we came here, is at the end game we can become lobbyists. You can't expect us to retire and just go home and, run the corner grocery store. You just can't expect that out of us, sir. Other people, yes, but not us. Requirement, 5-year ban on White House and congressional offices, officials becoming lobbyists. Lifetime ban. No, now wait a minute. I call this the Pete Rose law. Yes, this is the Pete Rose clause. Lifetime ban on White House officials lobbying for foreign governments. Trump, you've gone too far with this one. This is totally unacceptable. Well, I'm for sure Hillary's on board with this, because there's no way through WikiLeaks and the Moroccan king that she owes $12 million or one hell of a favor. Yeah, she owes the Moroccan king one hell of a favor. There's no way that Hillary is not going to endorse this, Donald. This goes over the line. Lifetime ban on White House officials lobbying for foreign governments. And in number 6, complete ban on foreign lobbyists raising money for American elections. I can understand why you don't want this guy in the White House. I can understand why you're nervous if he has the temperament. I can understand he doesn't have the temperament. I can understand. I could thoroughly understand why we can't let him anywhere close to Pennsylvania Avenue. We can't. This is unacceptable. I mean, just the 6 things here alone are unacceptable. Now, how serious is Donald about corruption? How serious is he about draining the swamp? It's just words. It's just words. He wants to drain the swamp. Oh, he's just trying to play to his base. Oh, he's going to play to his base. I'm going to tell you about some people that were hoping that somebody was playing to their base one day when things went down. But no, Donald's just playing to his base. That's red meat. Drain the swamp. Why? Is he serious about corruption? I don't know. You tell me. All right. Now, let's look at this. All right, let's just take a minute. Now, every time Donald comes out, all right, is Donald Trump a serious candidate? Can you take anything he says serious? Does he really want to drain the swamp? Does he really want to end corruption? Does he have the nerve? Does he have the nerve to arrest Hillary Clinton? He says he would. Does he have the nerve to appoint a special prosecutor? These are all just words. There's no way that his actions show that he has the nerve to go through with any of this. Nothing he is saying or doing can show you, the American people, that he is serious. He has the nerve to take it on. He has the nerve to go forward with it. He will not be pushed around. But then, here we go. We've got this guy here. Now wait a minute, get ready there, Cole. Wake up, Cole, wake up. Every campaign speech that Donald Trump gives, every single one he gives, everywhere he's at in Florida, everywhere, there's this guy that comes up to the podium and introduces him. And who would that guy be? Show me that picture, Cole. You got that picture? Oh, that's him. That's a young Rudy Giuliani. You see that guy right there? You see that look on his face? Because see, the day he had that look on his face, he was bringing down the 5 families. The Commish, Cosa Nostra. Try that 3 times. Yeah, that's that guy right there. Serious. Rudy Giuliani. And you think Donald Trump's afraid of him? Huh? Do you know that in 2014 it was revealed that they wanted to put a hit on Giuliani, the mob did? You take his picture. You can leave his picture up there. Rudolph William Lewis Rudy Giuliani. He was appointed by Ronald Reagan. Let's see here. United States Attorney of the Southern District of New York, nominated by Ronald Reagan. Oh, there is nothing Reagan-esque, nothing that Donald Trump does that bears serious things that he would do. Every time this man goes to the podium, you need to pay attention and make sure you understand Donald Trump is serious. In the Mafia Commission trial between 85 and 86, Giuliani indicted 11 organized crime figures, including the heads of the New York so-called 5 families. Now here is the one I can't wait for him to charge them with. Under the Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organization Act, the RICO Act. The RICO Act. You think they're not you think Hillary Clinton is not a nervous wreck? Why do you think Obama is campaigning? Why do you think Michelle's campaigning? Why do you think they're all out there begging you to vote for them? They're not asking for your vote. They are begging because they see Rudy Giuliani that knows how to go after corruption. And they're serious. Donald Trump or Rudy are serious, okay? On charges including extortion, labor racketeering, and murder for hire. Well, hell, let's see. Hillary, let's see. Charges of extortion? Yeah. Labor racketeering? Yeah. Murder for hire? Yeah, just saying. You never know. Okay, Vince, moving right along. Time Magazine called this case of cases. Possibly. This is Time Magazine, possibly the most significant assault on the infrastructure of organized crime since the high command of the Chicago Mafia was swept away in 1943. Oh yeah, Rudy ain't playing no game. He wants to prosecute. We'll get the corruption. And quote Giuliani's stated intentions. This is Giuliani's intentions. Our approach is to wipe out the 5 families. Now he's just got one. He did it with 5. Just one. The Clintons. Just saying. One. Give me one. Get the Clintons, Rudy. Clean the Clintons up. Get them out of here. No time like now to say, bada bing, bada boom. Our approach is to wipe out the 5 families. 8 defendants were found guilty on all counts and subsequently sentenced on January 13th, 1987 to hundreds of years in prison. According to an FBI memo revealed about 20 years later, leaders of the 5 New York mob families voted in 1987 on whether to issue a contract for the death of U.S. Attorney General Rudy Giuliani. Heads of the Lucchese, Bonanno, and Genovese families rejected the idea, though the Gambino leader, John Gotti, encouraged the assassination. And you think he's not serious? Why, Donald's just standing up there yelling corruption. He thinks rigged election corruption. He thinks these are just things that'll play to his base. Let me tell you who his base is. It's the American people, because if you are breathing, your eyes are opening, and you actually are moving within this world today, you tell me you don't believe it's corrupt up there and the swamp needs drained. And you tell me who you would have sent off the stage to drain the swamp. There's no time like the present to clean house and drain this swamp. Who would you have sent? John Kasich? Why, I'm for sure John Kasich would have went right up there and cleaned the swamp after he would have cashed his check that George Soros sent him. Why, I'm sure he would have. Jeb Bush? Why, sure, Jeb would have cleaned that swamp right up. He definitely would have. He knows about swamps. He's from Florida, right? Jeb would have jumped all over that job immediately. And the list goes on. There's only 2 guys. If you want to make America great again, you want to change things, and you want to get this corruption straightened out and get the crooks. WikiLeaks. Okay. Espionage. So, we're going to turn it over to Hillary, because God knows the espionage is certainly in high gear under the Obama administration and the Hillary Clinton State Department. So let's just turn it over to them and see if they can ratchet it up or fix what they screwed up. That's what they're doing. They're asking you, let me fix what I screwed up. That should be their campaign slogan. I screwed it up. You ought to give me a chance. I know what I screwed up. So I know exactly where to go to try to change this, because I screwed it up. I'm your host, BKP. I got a lot more. Oh, you remember Boesky and Milken's trial? Ivan Boesky was a Wall Street... Oh, I gotta do this. I've been waiting all morning to do this. Arbitrageur. He was an arbitrageur. I've waited all morning to do that. Remember that? Yeah. Arbitrageur, right? Yeah. You know I have, right? Because Cole's heard me playing it. All right. So where's what I had? Okay. Where'd I have it? Hold on. I'm gonna go. Okay. Ivan Boesky was a Wall Street arbitrageur who had amassed a fortune of about 200 million by betting on corporate takeovers. He was investigated by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for making investments based on tips received from corporate insiders. Corporate insiders. These stock and option acquisitions were sometimes brazen, with massive purchases. Let's see, let me see, breaking the law. Until Boesky was prosecuted. Boesky cooperated with the SEC in Milken. Let's see. Per agreement with Giuliani, Boesky received 3.5 years in prison. Folks, we want to know what happened on Wall Street. When will somebody go to prison? When will they go to prison? Who will fight this corruption? Who will take on Wall Street? Who will take on the swamp? Who will drain it? Who will get a special prosecutor? Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump. Pay attention, folks. They're for real. It's not just red meat for the base. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. And boy, do I have a lot when we get back. Take us a break, Cole.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Folks, we are back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, FYNTV.com. It's that simple. You tell your friends, FYNTV.com, the only place where we're going and taking an approach on some things that nobody else is. We've talked about polling this morning. We talked about, is Donald Trump serious about ending corruption, draining the swamp, and fixing this rigged system? We've talked about that. We have shown that this morning. Rudy Giuliani was appointed state's attorney there, federal U.S. Attorney of the South District there in Manhattan, I think it is, by Ronald Reagan. So he is serious. So we talked about that, okay? By the way, for those that have concerns if, I'm on my medication, no, I left. I left the ranch. BKP's off the ranch, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'm not going back, no way. Anyhow, you know how they go. Let me go through a list here. You know how they have the inaugural ball. Once the president is sworn in, they have the inaugural ball, and then the president has to go and dance at all of them, and there's like 15 different inaugural balls that are all over Washington, D.C. I want to go to Rudy's, because I hear Rudy's inaugural ball, the theme is going to be called the Corruption Luau. I want to go to the Corruption Luau, okay? Anyhow, we went over earlier, the Hillary Clinton campaign song is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. We went over, is Trump serious about anti-corruption promise? Can you say Rudy Giuliani? The commission, Costa Nostra, we went over that. Direct threat to democracy. I don't want to spend too much time on that, but you're hearing a direct threat on democracy, what Donald Trump is doing. It amazes me. Now, I want to say this, I want to get this out really quick, okay? Drain the swamp. There are some good congressmen, there's some good senators. I know what you're thinking, there's some good senators. I cannot think of one on the Democrat side of the aisle. I'm sorry. Don't get angry at me. Do not get angry. I am one that I am open to debate. I do not cut people off, whether you believe it or not. If you want to give me your reasons for being progressive, liberal, whatever, a Democrat today, I can't think of one on the Democrat side of the aisle, not one in Congress or Senate that I think is okay. All right? I can't think of one. But on the Republican side, there are some good congressmen and senators on the Republican side. I just want to say that there are some, okay? Now, direct threat to democracy. Really? Donald Trump, he has a sentence. He says one sentence, and that one sentence has become a direct threat on democracy, like a direct threat. Now, the campaign, let's get back to the campaign. Watch out, Pocahontas, because you're going to campaign with Hillary Clinton, and there's a reason Pocahontas, which is Elizabeth Warren, is campaigning with Hillary Clinton up in New Hampshire today, okay? There's two reasons. Number one, this is her last. She can't take side-by-side pictures with Bernie, because they screwed Bernie. They did.
Or Bernie.
Right? We've all seen the cartoon going around from Bernie Sanders saying, Donald Trump did not grope me, but the DNC and Hillary sure did screw me. Okay, we've seen the cartoon. You all out, don't act like you haven't seen it out there and you haven't shared it on Facebook 90 times, okay? But she cannot campaign with Bernie. That's a problem, okay? The visual of her and Bernie to Bernie supporters, a direct sellout. The only way she can go left and move to the left for the Bernie supporters is Pocahontas right now. I'm serious. So I think she's up in New Hampshire with Pocahontas, okay? and they're going to both wear pantsuits, and they're going to match, and they're going to be stronger together, and they're going to raise their arms up. And she's going to appeal to the millennials, the left, the free college kids, all the above, all right? But then be careful. My prediction for the next 15 days is Hillary Clinton and her campaign know she's in trouble in Florida. Okay, she knows that. They know, internal polling, they know they got a problem in Ohio. Okay? They know they have some serious issues, and they can't just let the ABC Washington Post 12-point poll speak for itself, because people are catching on there's something wrong. There's something wrong that there's 4-point lead, 2-point lead, I'm down 1. There's something wrong when there's 3 or 4 polls within margin of error, and all of a sudden I got 2 of them that are just knock it out of the park. So she knows she can't get away with that. She knows in Ohio, Pennsylvania, yeah, she knows. Their campaign knows. What do they have to do? Go back to the middle. Watch Hillary pivot to the middle. Watch the media, the crooked media, help her become a moderate. Watch the crooked media help tell you that she will govern from the middle. Okay? Watch the crooked media tell you that Donald Trump wants to be president of the rednecks that went to Talladega last weekend, and Hillary wants to be rational, calm, has the stamina to lead from the middle. Hillary will find lawmakers that from the Republican side that say, we think we can work with her and keep her in check. That will be their code word. We can keep her in check. So all the above, watch for the next 2 weeks for Hillary to run from the middle. Now here's something I've been waiting for. God knows we've all been waiting for Karl Rove to tell us it was over. Now I do not advocate any harm or physical harm. I'm not advocating anything. I am not. But if I happen to be watching TV and somebody smacks Karl Rove up the side of the head and I'm watching, I can't help it. I'm watching. You know, I'm watching. It's like, what did I do? What did I do? I'm just sitting there and somebody smacked Karl in the side of the head. Just saying. If that would take place, and I was watching it, what did I do wrong? Yeah, we've all been waiting for Karl Rove to come out. All been waiting for Karl Rove. Now, it's the day after pill. Hillary Clinton is your day after pill, folks, because the media is wanting you to know. All of the media is doing their day after. What will Trump do? What will he do next? Will he try to unify? Will he say, this is our president, we need to come together? The day after, that's all over the media. Let me see. Morning Joe, he was out today. Maybe he probably got in trouble for Friday. I think Morning Joe's been given a timeout. Joe Scarborough's got sent to a timeout, sent to the corner. Just saying. Now, I know we've been waiting also for Michael Steele, a guy that couldn't get anybody elected. We've been waiting for him. I'm going down my list. I'm going to get to some things. Now, Dems looking down ballot. Why are Dems looking down ballot? Why is Michelle out in Arizona? Well, hell, why is Michelle? It's diversion, folks. Let's make them think that's in play. We're going to make them think that's in play. Down ballot. Here's my opinion of down ballot. It's over. Down ballot, hoping you will carry Hillary over the line. Look, Hillary knows in most of these states, a lot of the down ballot races, okay, she needs the people that are actually going to vote Democrat to vote for her. What does that mean? Are they out there really thinking they're going to get the Senate? Are they out there really thinking they're going to move the House? Possibly, okay? But you're hearing the wave There has to be a wave, and it looks like Hillary is well on her way to the wave. They're doing a wave over these states. What Hillary has to do is she has to go into these states and get you that are going to vote in the down ballot races that may pull the lever Democrat and Donald Trump to not do that. Okay? There is a possibility you pull the lever for a Democrat and Donald Trump. Yes, there's a possibility you may split your ticket. There's a possibility there's a whole lot of Democrats in Pennsylvania and New Hampshire and all these down ballot races. There's a possibility a lot of Democrats are going to go pull the ballot, pull the lever for all their Democrats, and at the top go for Donald Trump. Why could Ohio Democrats that are in the unions vote down ballot for Democrats and then pull Donald Trump? Be careful with what you're hearing on the down ballot. A lot of what they're doing right now is not the wave because they're doing so well, because we see the polls out this morning. What they're doing right now is trying to say, what we need in office is the next representative over here. What we need in office is the next governor over here. I will need this person to govern. I will need this person. And trying to get you to pull their lever and one for you too. Watch that. That's a little tricky to try to bring that up. Texas is not a tight race, folks. I'm going to throw that in here. Texas is not a tight race. Georgia is not a toss-up. It's not a toss-up. I finally found a Red Sox player, a Boston Red Sox player I actually can support. That's Curt Schilling. They want you to believe, now this is the things in the next 2 weeks, okay? Hillary's going to go to the middle. They want you to believe that Hillary and that Trump is expanding the Democrat map. Okay, you're going to start seeing the exit polling. I told you this the other day. You're going to start seeing the exit polling, okay, to let you know Trump doesn't stand a chance. And Trump has expanded the map. Now, the polling you will see come out this week will be the Republicans that could have. This is to discourage you. You're to be discouraged. You're going to see the Republicans that could have beat Hillary. Remember back in the primary, they were running all of the polling data, how Kasich could beat Hillary. Who came the close? Marco Rubio could beat Hillary. You're going to start seeing the 16 candidate polling data who actually would do better against Hillary. That's on purpose. That's going to be done here real soon. Early voting in Florida. All right. Now, I will take some time to explain a couple things. All right. First of all, drain the swamp. We all know this morning Trump again cast doubt on U.S. institutions in questioning General's case. Now, as Trump cast doubt on U.S. institutions, tell me you have no doubt in the FBI. Tell me you have no doubt in the IRS. Tell me you have no doubt in the VA. Tell me you have no doubt in the House of Representatives, Senate, the Supreme Court, tell me you have no doubt at all in any of our institutions in this country. But if Trump casts doubt on an institution, he is taking a shot at the pillars of our democracy. Really? Now, Trump on Friday questioned whether a retired general who admitted in federal court this week that he lied to the FBI, actually lied to the FBI. Just the latest instance in which the Republican nominee has cast doubt on key U.S. institution. I was like, did he lie? I don't know. I mean, they tell us anything. Trump's going to get this corruption. Maybe Rudy Giuliani. We just had a 4-star general, highly respected general, James Cartwright, heard what happened yesterday, could go to jail for 5 years because he supposedly told a lie to the FBI, and I don't know that it was even a lie. I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know. And see, they know that because they know the New Yorker in him. They know that, okay? But they want to make it sound like he's questioning all the institutions. I don't know, Trump said at his last of 3 campaign rallies on Friday. Cartwright, a retired Marine Corps general, pleaded guilty on Monday to a charge of making false statements to federal investigators following an investigation into whether he leaked classified information to a reporter. Wow. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to take this to task and go too deep. But you take just this story alone, and the media going after Donald Trump saying that it's rigged, and Donald Trump giving a brilliant answer at the debate saying, just the fact the lady could be next to me after lying to the FBI, cheating and stealing from the American people, you know, telling the king over in Morocco, look, I'll be there. Oh, sorry, king, I had something. I sent Bill in Chelsea, but you know the $12 million, I'll make it up to you. I'll be president one day. You got it. Seriously. Just the fact that she can be a candidate. Okay. Now, let me see what I got here on this next tab. I got 90 tabs open. Obama is gunning for Senate majority. That's the Huffington Post. He's gunning for Senate majority. If the Senate flips, it will only be due to their own actions, not Donald Trump. I don't want to belabor that. Okay? Let's see what else I got here. I got another one here. We have, does Hillary Clinton still owe the King of Morocco a $12 million favor from the New York Post this morning? It's either a warning to Clinton Foundation donors that Hillary may not stay bought, or a sign that the King of Morocco has a fat favor coming if she wins the White House. Uma. As Uma Abedin wrote in an email, those are the wrong glasses. Where's the glasses? That's the wrong one. I picked that up. As Uma Abedin wrote in an email, she created this mess, and she knows it. She knows it. Hillary knows it. The she is Hillary Clinton, who promised to keynote an event in Morocco in exchange for $12 million donation to the foundation from the King Mohammed VI or whatever, but then realized it would look bad. She didn't realize it would look bad. The little gay guy did, Robbie Mook. Sorry, he's little, he's gay. I'm not politically correct. I'm not saying he's not a nice guy or anything, but he is, okay? So, realized it would look bad. The conference would be in May 2015, a month after Clinton officially announced for president. But the State Department she once headed had accused Morocco of arbitrary arrest and corruption. Well, hell you say, Hillary, not corruption. In hacked November 2014 emails revealed by WikiLeaks, not that WikiLeaks again, they don't deny it. Abedin was warning Clinton campaign manager Robbie Mook, told you, little Robbie Mook, who plainly wanted to cancel. Robbie said, no, you can't go. Just, come on, I'm not making fun of him. I'm not. I mean, just say it. We can't do this. No, we have to think this one out. Who plainly did not want to go. I plainly do not want to go, said Robbie. That Hillary just had to follow through. Her presence was a condition for the Moroccans to proceed, so there is no going back on this. What I want to know, was there any Moroccan hash involved? I mean, was Bill over there token, sitting on one of them pillows, had his legs crossed, a little slippers on, a little Moroccan? I just want to know. Okay, saying the entire WikiLeaks dump is part of the Russian effort. That's all they know to say. Okay? I'm telling you right now, she owes the Moroccan king $12 million favor right out of the box. And just the fact that she could be on the stage as a candidate. Jill Stein, let's go with this one. Jill Stein, Democrats are masters of corporate politics. They manipulate votes, media, all to serve the elite. Well, wouldn't that be the Green Party, Jill Stein? Green Party presidential nominee Jill Stein blasted the Democrat Party for its mastery of corrupt politics. The manipulations, the process, the voters, and the media, all to serve the elite. Well, now wait a minute. Donald Trump is the only one saying that the media is corrupt. Now, Donald Trump is the only one saying they're in the tank. Now, I don't accept Jill Stein coming out with these comments. I don't think they're appropriate. Okay? Kill this volume. The Dems leaked emails. This is Jill Stein, Dr. Jill Stein, the Green Party presidential candidate. This was October 21st at 10:15 p.m. The Dems leaked emails reveal their mastery of corporate politics, manipulate the process, the voter, the media, all to serve the elite. And that wasn't Donald Trump. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We have a lot left to do, but I'm going to tell you what, starting Wednesday, Georgia will be leaving, going out of town. And so we have made the decision that Wednesday, because of the need for more time to get all this information out to you, because we're down the home stretch. I mean, I've got a sawbuck on DJT, and I'm going to box it, and I'm going to box it. I got $2 on this guy. I got $2 on DJT, because his mom was a mudder. His brother was a mudder. I don't care how muddy it is out there. I think DJT, the mudder, can do it in the last leg of this race. Anyhow, we're going 3 hours starting Wednesday morning. Georgia will be out of time. We're going to go 3 hours. We're going to break it up into 3 one-hour segments, and we're going to get an hour of state and some other things in here that we've not been able to get in recently. So starting Wednesday, we go to 3 hours. All right. I'm your host, BKP. We have a lot left. Thousands of California soldiers forced to repay establishment bonuses a decade after going to war. Now there's something Hillary can run right to the middle and say she can save the day on. When we come back, I'm going to give you something that I think ties to this election that nobody will pay attention to. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Take us to break, Cole.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
El Rey in Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Ellijay.
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year-end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, FYNTV.com, FYNTV.com. Tonight, I will be down in Schottenkirk Ford. We do Pickens Power half-hour Dragon Talk. I can't wait to go down there and talk to Coach Parker and the players tonight after that amazing, enjoyable, all the way down to the last second, last kick, hit the upright, and bounced off. 35-34 win, the Pickens Dragons over the Ridgeland Panthers. Man, Tank looks a little chubby, man. Oh, Tank looks a little chubby. I know I'm in trouble. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to get in trouble. Actually, I like the guy. I mean, I'm just having fun. Can nobody accept I'm just having fun? You can't take it. I mean, I can't take it. Now, I told you before the break, call your friends, FYNTV.com, okay? There's something here I want to tell you, okay, that this is going to leave you in such a gray area, you're just going to wonder where I'm at on this, okay? Now, you know, I like to go out on a limb from time to time, and you know I'm leading the league. When I was a kid, I led the league on going out on a limb. That sucker would crack. I mean, boom, next thing you know, you're on the ground. But anyhow, if you're hearing some quiet talk about, wait a minute, what if there's 5 to maybe as high as 7% of your neighbors that don't want to tell them they're voting for Donald Trump? Okay. What if the media is trying to convince people they're dumb, stupid, all the above, uneducated, everything that goes with it, okay? If you vote for Donald Trump, okay? So what if you don't want to tell your BMW neighbor, because you have an Audi, that you're voting for Donald Trump, because you just don't want the argument in the neighborhood, okay? Or you don't want to tell your kids, because you don't want to hear your kids start blah, 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 blah. You know what? I'm just going to either say, not interested, hang up the phone. I'm going to hang up the phone when they call. Or I'm going to tell them I'm voting for Hillary so they'll shut up and leave me alone and not call back. Whatever. What if there's something we're missing in this country, the mood of this country, that is actually becoming clear to us and we don't see it? It's as clear as the nose on your face kind of thing. Now, there's some things that unite us. One, we believe in a person's right to protest. Peaceful protest. We believe in that in this country. We believe in freedom of speech. We believe in our right to protest, peaceful protest. We believe in that. We will defend that to the end. We don't like it when we hear that the peaceful protest is paid agitators. We don't like when anybody's attacked at a rally, then we come to find out they've been paid. We don't like that. That is a uniting thing, okay? Seriously, I mean, you really don't have, let me tell you what I don't think you really have. You really don't have the Bernie supporters, the true blue, socialist, to the left, Bernie supporters. You really don't have them lining up at a Trump rally and throwing eggs. You don't have it. That's my opinion. You don't have those Bernie supporters doing that. You don't have Trump supporters doing that. You don't have Ted Cruz supporters doing that. You only have Hillary Clinton supporters. So you think about it. No, you don't. All these WikiLeaks coming out, you're not finding in the WikiLeaks emails. Where are you finding the released emails from WikiLeaks that says Bernie Sanders told his supporters to throw eggs at Trump's rallies or start fights? Where? Where are you seeing any aggressive action, crooked action, or anything of that nature really taking place in the Sanders campaign through the WikiLeaks emails? You're not. You're not finding it in the Sanders campaign. You're not finding it in the Gary Johnson campaign. You're not finding it in the Jill Stein campaign. They don't uphold that. They have focused on their policies and what they want to do and their vision of where they want to take this country. I mean, Bernie Sanders' campaign, they want to go left with everything, okay? Period. All right, Jill Stein, Gary Johnson, libertarians, they want to go. They have a focus, a direction. Republicans, even establishment, even Egg McMuffin out there in Utah, they all have a reason to stand. Nobody, Ted Cruz, John Kasich, Jeb Bush, Trump, nobody is advocating violence. Nobody is advocating hate. Nobody is advocating anger except Hillary Clinton and their paid thugs. They're Black Lives Matter. They're paid thugs at these rallies. Only Hillary Clinton, her crooked, corrupt campaign is advocating these protests against America, protests against people's freedom to assemble, freedom of speech. Only the Clinton campaign. Now, here is something that nobody, I say nobody, this is a mood that I have gone to these events and have never asked the person in the seat next to me if they're a Democrat. I have gone to these events, getting ready to tell you here. I've never asked the person to the left of me if they're a Democrat. Now, maybe I've been able to look and just say, oh my God, okay. Maybe they were wearing a coexist bumper sticker on their forehead. All right. But outside of that, I don't. Because what we do is we go and we all cheer. And we cheer. And we say, go team, go. And it's 4th and 3 and it's on the 10-yard line and there's 30 seconds left. And the guy next to me and the lady next to me yell, go team, go. We're united together. We want our team to win. That would be the NFL. That would be football. That would be the NFL and football slumping in the polls. Bad in the ratings. And their ratings are going down. Now, I think this is a miss here that nobody is picking up on. Maybe I'm wrong. This is one of those I'm going to go out on a limb. Levi's Stadium is almost empty for Buccaneers 49ers game. Now, folks, this is in California. This is in California. This is the land of the fruits and nuts. I mean, well, sure, they're okay with Kaepernick putting up his 1970 fro, okay? They're okay with the fro, all right? And they're okay with him taking a knee. They're okay with it. It's California. Well, man, this is the left. This is Moonbeam, Governor Moonbeam, Jerry Brown. I mean, where else but San Francisco? Where else would you accept taking a knee during the national anthem? Where else? Now, this is not, in New Orleans. This is not in Atlanta. This is San Francisco. Now, one thing I do know is if it's a 1 o'clock game, I don't want to get into that. I'm not going to get into that. If it's a 1 o'clock game, I actually have been to California and I've been to San Francisco on game day. Okay? Not the San Francisco 49ers, but it was a home game for Oakland. It was across the bridge. And Lisa and I were in San Francisco on a Sunday morning, and it happened to be a 1 o'clock game, so they got to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and get to the field and everything like that, because what is a 1 o'clock game to them, like 10 a.m. or something? But that being said, I have seen that in San Francisco. So maybe it was a 1 o'clock game. There was a couple of factors. It was San Francisco. Levi Stadium is almost empty for Buccaneers 49er game. This is from CBS Sports, NFL. If no one goes to a 49ers game, does it actually happen? The answer to this question is yes, because the 49ers 34-17 loss to the Buccaneers on Sunday is definitely going to count in the standings, even though almost no one showed up for the game. Here's a look at the crowd. There's a picture that was at Levi Stadium as the game kicked off at 1:05 p.m. local time. Folks, there was a time in the NFL, it doesn't matter if your team was the worst team in the NFL, people packed the stadium. People went to the stadium. I mean, I understand, yes, in Atlanta, there's some blackout days where the stadium was empty. I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, BKP, it might have been a 1 o'clock game. Actually, this is 4:06. Yeah, it's a 1 o'clock game out there. So this is 4:06 Pacific time, p.m. Pacific time. So anyhow, it was 1 o'clock game out there, I guess. But you may say, well, they're bad. They're not doing any good. It's San Francisco. You didn't check. Maybe there's something else going on that day. Art Spander tweeted out, another mammoth crowd after Bucks kick off to 49ers. Okay. Here's a look at the crowd. It was 1:05, p.m. It was 1:05 local time, so it wasn't a 10 o'clock in the morning game, so I got that wrong. Clearly, 49ers fans had better things to do than travel 50 miles from San Francisco to Santa Clara to watch a 1-5 team. Folks, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to keep going on this. I'm just going to say to you, pay attention to the percent of the people. The election is not NFL, but pay attention to the percent of the people that are saying, you know what? I've had it with all these elites, okay? I've had it. Now, they're going to do references to the GOP, the Bob Dole effect. Bob Dole and Jack Kemp was his running mate. They ran against the second term of Bill Clinton, and Bob Dole did not do that well with Jack Kemp, and he was the establishment candidate. No disrespect for his service to this country, but he was the establishment candidate. And Bob Dole is really where the Republicans, and we've got into the Republicans, it's my turn candidates. Bob Dole was really a my turn. Hey, it's my turn to run, for what I've done for my country, it's my turn. And then next you got John McCain. So him and Jack Kemp run, and 2 weeks out before the election, the RNC and everybody, most people realize this guy doesn't stand a chance. I mean, there was no energy in here. He wasn't doing 4 rallies a day, 3 rallies a day like Trump. So they actually started doing commercials against Bob, taking their money, doing commercials, actually saying down ballot that Bob Dole can't win, so you need to send me to keep Bill Clinton in check, so on and so forth. That is something they're going to push, okay? They're going to push the Bob Dole effect in the next couple weeks, okay? Let me get to some more articles here to make sure I get through everything I'm looking for. We gave you Real Clear Politics. These polls will not be discussed. Come out this morning. Trump is up 2 at the Rasmussen poll. Trump is up 2, okay? There's 4 polls out this morning that I don't know if you've heard of or they're talking about. Rasmussen poll with a 4 candidate field is Trump's up 2. LA Times USC tracking, Clinton's up 1. Okay. IBD, the Business Daily, International Business Daily or whatever, TIPP tracking, they're tied. They're tracking again, they're tied. These are polls that will not go out there. They will run all day long with the ABC News tracking 12-point up by Clinton, and the CBS, Clinton's only up 3 on the CBS, okay? CBS YouGov, Clinton's up 3, but in a 4-way race, that's in Texas, and then, in Florida, and Trump's up 3 in Texas. So they will pump those because that's Florida and Texas. So let's get past that. But those are the military warns Chinese computer gear poses cyber spy threat. The Pentagon's Joint Staff recently warned against using equipment made by Chinese Lenovo computer manufacturer. Oh my God, I just figured it out. I have a Lenovo. I have 3 Lenovos. We've got like 5. I mean, my God, can you give me some tape to put over this? The Chinese are spying and I'm contributing to it. I didn't know that. I just found out today. I hope Trump doesn't send a tariff. He'll slap a tariff on my computer, my Lenovo. It's done over. Bada bing, bada boom. The Washington Post this morning, October 24th, White House skepticism stalls plan to boost CIA-backed rebels in Syria. But right under that, McCain hangs on as Clinton aims at winning Arizona. Now that would be a terrible loss, folks. Would that not be a terrible loss? To lose McCain. I mean, wouldn't that be? I mean, conservatism as you know it would be over. How Democrats are dominating early voting in Nevada. Okay, I knew I was going to have to get to that. Let me tell you what they do, folks. Let's talk about what you're going to hear in the next 2 weeks to 15 days, early voting, Democrats, okay? First of all, this is a list of closed primary states. Only voters registered for the party which is holding the primary may vote, okay? Now, all they are doing in Nevada, now wait, I'm going to go back to that for just a minute. Where was that? I'm going to go back to that. How Democrats are dominating early voting in Nevada. Let's get to this. You know what? It's so difficult someday to try to break through the corruption and the lies. Meaning, these are the closed primary states. These states mean you have to pull the ballot and you have to register a party. Not vote for a party. Well, you mean I registered Democrat? I have to? No. You could vote Republican. You have to register a party. So if you're reading the Washington Times this morning, you're seeing how the Democrats have such a great lead. Well, let's get the truth out. We're going to use Nevada for that. We just read to you that, okay? Where else? Harry Reid. Where else? A lot of unions around Nevada there, right? A lot of unions around Vegas, Reno, right? Harry Reid, Democrat. Okay, it's hard for a Republican to win. But what is Nevada? It's a closed primary. I'm going to give you the list and then explain in detail. These are the 12 states that use a strictly closed primary process. What does that mean? Did you go register to vote? When you registered to vote, did your registration ask you to pick Republican or Democrat? No, if you're in Georgia. No, it did not. It did not ask you to affiliate yourself with a party. Okay? It didn't do it. It's open primary in Georgia. Okay? Period. Now, I'm going to give you two things on their exit polling they're already doing. But if you have a closed primary, means that when you register to vote, you have to make a decision if you are going to register Democrat or Republican, and they know that you are registered. And when they send you an early voting package or you mail in your vote, they know that you're a Democrat mailing in your vote. They know that. They cannot tell you. Don't let any media source lie to you. They cannot tell you what that vote is. They count that vote election night. I've done it too many years over here, just in Gilmer County. They count all votes on election night, so don't fall for the lie. These are the 12 states that are closed. Delaware, Florida. Florida. Folks, what they are doing is you have to have a Democrat ballot. So if you mail your ballot in, when they get it in the mail, they know that it's a Democrat ballot. They know that. They don't know if the Democrat voted Republican, but they know it's the ballot. So every one of these articles you're reading that Democrats show a slight edge, no, they don't. Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Nevada. Well, guess what? Nevada has a closed primary. So, what's the article say? How Democrats are dominating early voting in Nevada. Reid machine knows how to get Clinton supporters to the polls, and it could cost Republicans the Senate. No, they don't know what the vote is, folks. It's a closed primary. It's a closed election. You got to understand that. That's not hard to explain. Let's see, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, and where else but Pennsylvania. Okay? The rest of the states, what they do is they have the voting records, and if you send in your ballot, they may go and say, well, it looks like you voted Republican last time. Do not. The closest thing you could do is run away from the early ballots that have come in, run away from them, stay away, and do not fall for what they're telling you on the early ballot polls that they're giving you, okay? Because here's one that I don't think you're going to hear. And this came out September 29th. How many of you read this article in the New York Post on September 29th? Florida voters set record for mail-in ballots request. Mail-in ballots request. In a key battleground state of Florida where absentee ballots aren't available until Tuesday, a record number of voters already have requested to vote by mail. Here's how they know this. Because in Florida it's a closed primary, and when you ask for your absentee ballot so you can vote by mail, they know if you are registered a Republican or a Democrat. So far, 2.5 million Floridians have asked for ballots. Republicans have the edge in request at 43 to 38%. How do they know that? Because you're registered, okay? The smaller advantage than 2008 when Republicans held a solid lead of 51-32, according to data. Okay, but do you hear those articles? No. Today, early voting starts in Florida. Trump will be there for three events. I think 3 events in Florida today. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, FYNTV.com. When I come back, I have to rush through things, so it'll be a lightning round for the last 30 minutes of the show, and then George will be in here at 10 o'clock. Again, I'm your host, BKP. Stay with us through this break, and we'll do our lightning round. We got a lot more to come. Take us to break, Cole.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. When you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza, surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We come to you Monday through Friday from 8 to 10, and we're here from 8 to 10, and George comes in at 10, from 10 to 11. You can catch George and what he thinks of things, and I'm for sure he'll tell you at 10 o'clock if you stay with him from 10 to 11. Here on FetcherNews.com, FYNTV.com. We want to launch some new things. I want you to pay attention, and if this is not for you, think about who it could be for. Tell a friend, tell your grandchildren, your niece, your nephew, aunt, uncle, your daughter, your son, whatever. First of all, we have right now a local dedication to news that we plan to do in Pickens County, Gilmer County, Fannin County, Union County, Towns County, Dawson County, White County, and Lumpkin County, Murray County, Georgia. We've extended over into Cherokee County, North Carolina. In those areas, we're looking for local reporters. If you would like to report on court, if you like to go and sit through court cases and report on those, if you would like to follow up some of the arrest records and some of the cases that are going on and report on criminal/legal/courts. If you'd like to do that, get in touch with me, chief@FetcherNews.com. If you would like to cover your Board of Education, your Board of Commissioners, your City Council, all of your local local news there. Get in touch with me, chief@fetchernews.com, 706-889-9700. If you would like to report sports for Team FYN Sports, get in touch with me in those areas. Team FYN Sports, get in touch with me today. We are looking for some people that want to report on national, but really our first goal right now is to look for someone who wants to take on the Gold Dome, who wants to report on Atlanta for this next legislative session. We have tried every year to bring you the Atlanta legislative session to you and more state politics that is going on. And if you would like to get involved in that, let me know here at chief@fetchernews.com, fyntv.com, chief@fetchernews.com, or 706-889-9700. What else? Wednesday we will go 3 hours. That's right. 3 hours. We'll be knocking it out of the park starting Wednesday. 3 hours all the way to Election Day. On the backstretch. Okay, we have some things we have to make sure we handle here before we close. Thousands of California soldiers forced to repay enlistment bonuses a decade after going to war. Short of troops to fight in Iraq and Afghanistan, a decade ago, the California National Guard enticed thousands of soldiers with a bonus of $15,000 or more to re-enlist and go to war. We'll give you 15 grand. Look, we need some guys. 15 grand, you re-enlist, boom, you go to war. Now the Pentagon is demanding the money back. Nearly 10,000 soldiers, many of whom served multiple combat tours, have been ordered to repay large enlistment bonuses and slapped with interest charges, wage garnishments, and tax liens if they refuse. You can't make this stuff up. After audits revealed widespread overpayment by the California Guard at the height of the war last decade, investigations have determined that lack of oversight allowed for widespread fraud and mismanagement by California Guard officials under pressure to meet enlistment targets. No, they weren't meeting targets and putting everything else aside just to hit the target. That would be right. That would be like how the Clintons would do things, like Hillary. Investigation has determined that lack of oversight allowed for widespread fraud and mismanagement by California Guard officials under pressure to meet enlistment targets. But soldiers say the military is reneging on a 10-year-old agreement and imposing severe financial hardship on veterans whose only mistake was to accept bonuses offered when the Pentagon needed to fill the ranks. Look what your country could do for you. Look what your country could do for you. Look what they could do. I mean, seriously, we obviously, the government, that's what we need to do, is to give the government anything to handle. Emails show Clinton aides, this is the New York Post this morning, aides making private server jokes. I think you could go a little further on that. Private server jokes. Porn star launched sex shop one day before Trump allegations. That's interesting. Let's move past that because I got a couple more things before we close. New York Times this morning, Monday, October 24th. Victory in sight. Victory in sight. I mean, see, this is how you get victory in sight. Oh, hey, victory. Victory in sight. Clinton seeks to help other Democrats win. Hillary Clinton moved aggressively in swing states, encouraging early voting and hoping to turn her edge over Donald Trump into an unbreakable lead. Hillary moved aggressively into swing states, encouraging early voting and hoping to turn her edge into a lead. At times, she is going further, asking voters to strengthen her hand in Congress and repudiate Republicans who have accommodated or endorsed Mr. Trump. She's going into swing states, asking down ballot candidates to please get your voters to vote for me. Because I think they may be just the kind of people that will vote for Donald Trump and not me, even though they're Democrats. I'm telling you right now, Justice Department to have fewer watchdogs at polling places. A decision to send observers to only 4 states worries civil rights advocates, but officials say their hands are tied by Supreme Court rules. Can't go no further with that one today. Let's move on to another one. What do we got here? The Washington Times, Donald Trump shifting demographics, expanding Democrats' electoral map. For all but one of the past 15 presidential elections dating back to 1952, it would have been an act of political malpractice to send a Democrat First Lady to Arizona in late October to campaign for Democrats. Folks, they're trying anything at all to get you to believe, to manipulate you, what you see, what you know, and what you hear. Because they know rigged corruption drained the swamp. They know Donald Trump is real, he's serious, and people overwhelmingly believe in term limits, so they are doing everything. This is another part of their diversion tactic. Trump's Gettysburg Address makes closing arguments for choosing him and unveils first 100-day agenda as he promises the kind of change that only arrives once in a lifetime. Let me get into this, and I'll get into this more this week. So let me touch on it, and you'll have to remind me not to forget to get into this. This is the most important election of your lifetime. I know now there's a lot of people, yes, we heard that this time. We heard we'd never recover from Obama. We heard we'd never would recover from this. We heard Obama would take our guns, okay? Now, this is the most important election of your lifetime. This is the last chance that you have to save the republic for which it stands. One nation under God. This is it. It's the last chance. Wait a minute, are you telling me the day after the election, if Hillary Clinton's elected, that this country's over? No. They'll be in America, okay? They will be further declined. The media, the AT&T, have gone all morning long. I have not got into the AT&T Time Warner, AT&T Time Warner, $80 billion merger to help continue to take over the media and what you get, what you see, and how it comes to you on a daily basis. Trump said he would stop that, okay? He would stop that. And, but anyhow, the country as you know it will continue to decline. Now the media, once they complete the corruption, and you say, can it get any more corrupt? What do you mean complete? You will see things, and the media will tell you did not see it. That's exactly right. They're doing it now. Okay? You will continue to see low-income apartments being built, government housing being built. You'll continue to see poor, hungry, but the media will not report it. They will not report the decline in this country. I want to get stuck on that. I said everything had to be fast forward today. 100-day agenda as he promises the kind of change. The first 100 days, Donald Trump planted a flag on hallowed ground. They laughed because he pronounced it with an H-O, him and Rudy Giuliani, instead of saying hallowed. Hallowed, hall, H-A-L-L, hallowed ground. So they said hollow. Anyhow, they've been making fun of that. ground Saturday morning by laying out near the Gettysburg National Battlefield what he would do in the first 100 days as president, taunting the kind of changes that only happen once in a lifetime. All right? Now, Trump says that, he will end the corruption. He will not approve the AT&T Time Warner deal. And we told you earlier the 6 things. I think Trump, there's 2 things I wanted Trump to do. I wanted Trump to announce what he would do on day 1. I want him to announce bold steps. Trump went on to say, let me get a couple things here. Clean Up Corruption in Government Act. Folks, how can you vote against the Clean Up Corruption in Government Act? Okay? American Safety Act. End Illegal Immigration Act. Okay? End it. Health saving accounts. Repeal and replace Obamacare Act. Health savings account. All right? Competition across state lines. End Common Core. School choice. 10% to bring back your money tax so you can bring back your money and energize this economy. What will they talk about today? Remove illegal criminals and count. Now, Hillary's worried about some little girl in the 3rd grade that she's going to come home from school and her mommy and daddy are gone. And they're going to rip her away. They're going to come in the classroom and rip her out of this little girl, Dora the Explorer. They're going to rip her out of the 3rd grade little classroom from her mom and dad. That's the picture. That's the only reason I said that, Dora the Explorer. See, that's the picture they want you to see. They want you to think of a little Hispanic girl with a backpack that these mean guy with sunglasses, say, NSA, and ICE on their shirts are going to come in and rip this kid out of the 3rd grade class. We got some bad hombres out there, as Donald Trump would say. He's going to remove illegal criminals, okay? He's going to send them back. Now, Hillary Clinton, will anybody look into this? Hillary Clinton's State Department went to send the bad dudes back, the bad hombres. We got some bad dudes. And that's what Trump said. Trump said there's some bad dudes out there.
Bad dudes.
What is that gang? MS-3, the Mexican gang, MS-3?
I think it's 13.
13, MS-13? Look up. Where do you think they're going to vote? What do they got? Look up MS-13, Mexican gang or whatever they are, in Long Island. Long Island. See if there's not in Long Island 5 bodies of young kids, high school kids I think it is, that have surfaced. They're in fear of these gangs, these illegals, tattoos all up the neck, okay? All right? Let me tell you something. Let me look in this camera and tell you something now. You got 3 tattoos on your neck, I am profiling you, Jack. You got it? Because I'm not going to get in your business. If you want to put, I love mama and, put a picture of Petunia on your arm, I don't care. Whatever you want to do, all right? I'm not getting in your way, all right? You put some of them symbols and, and markings up your neck that's supposed to say something, I'm profiling you. You bad dude. You may be one bad hombre, and I'm going to check you out. Anyhow, look at Long Island. Look at Long Island. Look at what's happening there. They may vote for Trump. This country is tired of being in fear of these gangs. And you're going to get shocked at where these gangs are that have the people in this country nervous. And they're not just in Chicago. They're not just in New York City. Anyhow, so the State Department, you had a State Department where Hillary Clinton wanted to send these bad hombres back. And the country said, no, we're not taking them. They're illegal, they're criminals, they're bad people. Not the little girl in 3rd grade. Now get off that, okay? not the little girl that Hillary's claiming the reasons why she became an attorney with the Children's Defense Fund is to protect these kids. No, that's not it, folks, okay? Here's the point. Hillary wanted to send them back. Country said, no, I'm not taking them. We don't want them back. Hillary said, okay, I tried. Trump says they're going back, and if you don't take them, we're going to cancel all the visas to the country who won't take them back. Or they're going to wake up real quick. He's going to cancel every visa of the country that will not take them back. And people have missed that. Check out Long Island, MS3, 5 bodies. It's going to be in some unusual places that are going to go vote for Donald Trump. All right, let me get back to that on top there, George. George getting ready to go here. Donald Trump said he will get the Keystone Pipeline. No more UN environmental payments. Oh my God, who missed that? No more UN environmental payments. No more. You're not getting another. We will take the environmental payments, Donald Trump said, that we're using and giving to the UN. We will keep that money here. We will work on our own clean water, Flint, Michigan. We will take care of our own water. We will take care of our own environment, and we'll apply that money to us. No more environmental payments. Oh, I'm good. I mean, coal, natural gas, coal miners, you're going back to work. You're going back to work. Now watch TV, but it's over, okay? Tell the wife and kids, hey, it's over. Honey, where's my coal mining hat and get the batteries for the light because I'm going down. Coal mining is coming back. Label China a currency manipulator. Well, now, you know, Hillary did say she would actually assign a special prosecutor for trade manipulation. You know, not herself. He will on day one announce the withdrawal from TPP and immediately announce under the provision, I forget, the renegotiation of NAFTA. Day one. Foreign ban on lobbyists raising money, 5-year ban, the new 2-year regulations, we got that. A hiring freeze, we read that to you early. Let's see. The security plan, ethics plan, drain the swamp. We've talked about that this morning. The violence, Trump said, we know the violence was paid for by the DNC. We know Amazon, Washington Post. We have seen that massive media outlet not paying taxes. All right. Look, let me tell you something. Washington Post. Don't get excited, folks. Now, I'm not going to get in the middle of this, but Amazon avoids taxes, sales taxes, in billions of dollars, millions, I'll go millions. I won't go to the billion there. But Amazon avoids millions of dollars in taxes through sales taxes that your department stores have to pay. Ask your local department store about that. AT&T, Time Warner deal, he won't do that. Let's see. He said 14% of non-citizens are registered to vote. That's interesting. We have 1 out of 4 not working in America almost. Let's see. There you go. First 100 days. Now, what do I have left on the list that I got to get through? We did the Gettysburg. Okay. This past Sunday, there was an op-ed in the New York Times, The Dangers of Hillary Clinton. That was a pretty good one. We read that one. Okay. Now let's finish off with how do we get this through to people? Are you getting this out, folks? Because the only thing they know is that Donald Trump will sue the women that accused him falsely. And he will. And the only reason he said that Saturday is to let anyone else out there know. You just keep coming out because you're going to get sued. Let me tell you, I've told you, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but these ladies need to understand the day after the election, it's called the day after pill. The day after pill by the DNC means they will take it and you will go away. and you never existed. The DNC and Hillary Clinton will not know who you are, ladies, the day after the election. That's number one. And number two, you better have pretty deep pockets when Trump takes you to court. So he's just saying, look, you better watch out, because I'm not going to put up with this. Clinton ally, well, you know, God forbid we get a president that wouldn't put up with anything. Clinton allied aided campaign of FBI official's wife. Wow, no, hell, this never happened. We don't have to drain the swamp. Why, no, we don't need Rudy Giuliani up there on the RICO charge to start slapping that out to everybody, racketeering, corruption. We don't have to do that, because this cannot be true. You know, I told you earlier, Bernie Sanders people, they're okay. You can't find Gary Johnson, Bernie Sanders, you can't find Donald Trump, you can't find any of the 16 Republican primary candidates, you can't find a one of them, Jill Stein, nobody, that advocated in any way whatsoever violence or corruption. You can't find it. But what you can find in violence is the Clintons. Hillary Clinton, they condone beatings, they condone corruption, they condone anything they possibly can do at all cost to you, the American people. Clinton ally aided campaign of FBI official's wife, group linked to Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, donated nearly $500,000 to the 2015 state Senate candidate. The political organization of Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, an influential Democrat with long-standing ties to Bill and Hillary Clinton, long-standing, gave nearly $500,000 of election campaign to the wife of an official of the Federal Bureau of Investigations who later helped oversee the investigation into the Clinton email use. Well, that's not possible. That could never happen in this country. That could not take place. Why, we have laws against that. We have people that oversee that. We have media that will expose this for all ends to say, how can we have an FBI investigator who later helped oversee the investigation into the Clinton emails have their wife run for state senate and Terry McAuliffe helped get them $500,600,000 or whatever? Campaign finance records show Mr. McAuliffe's Political Action Committee donated $467,500 to the 2015 state Senate campaign of Dr. Jill McCabe, who is married to Andrew McCabe, now the Deputy Director of the FBI. No, it can't be rigged. When Trump stands up there and he says it's rigged, why, he's destroying all the pillars of democracy. Why, when Trump stands up there and says he won't accept immediately just the green light on the election results, my God, he can't handle the transfer of power. Maybe his handling of the transfer of power may be the last thing we should be thinking about today, and the Clintons' handling of the corruption of power. Why, Donald Trump has shaken. Every time I hear he has shaken the pillars of democracy. Oh my God. And God knows, I said this earlier, we could not have got through the weekend, and we've been waiting for God knows how long for Karl Rove to tell us. The pillars of society, the pillars of democracy. Why, Donald Trump has shaken them to the core. They're shocked and horrified. They're not shocked and horrified that the Deputy Director of the FBI's wife got $500,000 from Terry McAuliffe's campaign corruption friends. They're not, that's not shocking or horrifying. Why, my God, there can't be a swamp to drain. My God, it can't be rigged. Why, that's laughable to think this election is rigged. My God, this is just totally laughable. Donald Trump is saying laughable things that only a serious candidate would not say. Folks, I'm going to end with this. I want to end right where I started. Donald Trump is a serious candidate. You have a serious candidate. You got it. You have a serious candidate. And I'm going to end right where I started. Rudy Giuliani was appointed by Ronald Reagan to the lower court. He was the U.S. prosecutor in the lower court of Manhattan, appointed by Ronald Reagan. Giuliani had a set, and he went after the Gambinos, the Bonanos, the Lucchese's, the Genovese, you name it, he went after them. He convicted 8 of them on RICO charges, all right? He put the head, he ended the crime families as they were known in New York. He put the heads of every crime family behind bar, hundreds of years. And then he didn't end there, you know? He went to, what's his name, Milken. Remember Milken? Corporate corruption. Rudy Giuliani took on corporate corruption. Milken served 3.5 years after Giuliani got a hold of him for corporate fraud. So you think that Donald Trump is serious? When Rudy Giuliani, you're talking to a man. Every time you go and watch Donald Trump, before he gets up, pay attention to that guy that comes to the podium and spends 5 minutes telling you that Donald Trump's a serious candidate. Because Rudy Giuliani knows who he'll be working for, and he already knows the mission. And Rudy Giuliani's not afraid of it. You understand? The proof is in the pudding. That attorney's not afraid of it. In fact, the families wanted to come together 20 years ago and put a hit on Giuliani. You got a serious candidate, folks, Donald J. Trump. You got a serious man that's not afraid of anything. He knows New York City. He knows corruption. He's hanging out with a guy that knows how to bring down corruption. And this country's corrupt, and the Clintons are the head of the crime family. And Rudy Giuliani knows how to take out the head of a crime family. Trust me. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. I don't know where I went. I don't know if that was any good. I don't know what, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I mean, I'm shocked. I fall over when I see Terry McAuliffe. I mean, my God. Oh, Michael Milken. I see this. Rudy Giuliani. Donald, I had this up. Rudy Giuliani. So here's the reason why, folks. 9:56. I saved this for the last. You're not going to like this, but this is my reasoning. I, for one, thought that Donald Trump needed to come out and tell you, I have it on record, I have it on video, okay, the show. I, for one, wanted to come out and tell you that Donald Trump needed to tell you what he would do on day one. And he did. So I'm glad that Donald listened to BKP. You know, BKP, I'm the unofficial advisor of DJT, okay? So I'm glad he came out and took that advice from me or Manny or whoever, okay, that he needed to come out and give a serious speech of what he would do on day one. And I liked it, Donald, if nobody else did, and I'm glad you did it. Now, I have asked on this show for Donald Trump to come out and announce his cabinet. That would be the next thing, if he would come out and announce his cabinet, all right? That would be big over the top. We see Giuliani, we see others. I'm going to go out on a limb and end the show by saying the only reason he hasn't come out and announced his cabinet, and that could happen, we got 15 days, but when it does, but here's the sticking point of why he hasn't done it yet, is my opinion, is because he hasn't balanced out women, minorities. He hasn't balanced out exactly where that would fit. If Donald Trump comes out with 5 men, predominantly white, and says this is the basis of my cabinet, he's got a problem. So he's got to work on about 3. Why can't they all be women? That's fine. I don't care if they're qualified. That's the way I look qualified. But Donald Trump has to come out with about 3 very strong women. Well, you mean you're talking about affirmative action? No. I'm talking about visual action for the American people, and you can't get around that. So he's working those details out. I'm your host. Stick around for George, FYNTV.com. FYNTV.com. Call your friends and tell them. If they want to hear what George has to say about this right after these commercials, George's going to slide right in here and tell you. And I'm for sure he's going to let you know. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Tonight, Schottenkirk Ford, 7 o'clock, FYNTV.com. Schottenkirk Ford, 7 o'clock. Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. You do not want to miss that. I'm going to have head coach Chris Parker talking about that awesome football game Friday night and that win against Ridgeland Panthers. Take us out of here, Cole. Mañana. Bad hombres. We're bad hombres here. I like the backdrop, Cole. You did a great job. I mean, that's good. I mean, my hair looked good in the backdrop, that red thing. Will you get us out of here?